Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello, welcome, thank you so much for stopping by. Today's video is going to be a haul video. It's more so products I was gifted since I am on my no-buy. One of my friends, Becca, did a palette declutter video and she asked if I wanted any of the palettes, and I picked a couple of them that she was decluttering, and she also ended up sending me some other products that weren't eyeshadow palettes as well. And if you guys don't know who Becca is, I am doing my year-long project Pan in collab with her. She also was one of my friends who inspired me to do my palette inventories, and she is the friend that I collabed with on the $1,000 Sephora fantasy basket. So yeah, I will leave her channel linked down below so you guys can go check her out. And I had asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted to see me actually swatch a couple of these on camera, since I did show the items she sent me, but I didn't do any swatches on my Instagram stories since these items came in before I had to go to work. So I had asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted me to do a YouTube video, and everyone had said yes. So yeah, if you guys want to see the items I got in a couple swatches of the eyeshadow palettes and everything, then just keep on watching. Alright, so first off, she was decluttering two of the e.l.f. bite-sized palettes. This is the Rose Water and this is the Acai You palette. And I've used this one. I have not used this one yet. But this one, I think I actually wore when we were doing our Sephora tag video. So if you want to see that palette on my eyes, I'm pretty sure this is the one I was wearing in that video. But it is such a gorgeous little eyeshadow quad. The shade here did come a little bit broken, but for all the items that I got, to have one little palette shade crumble a little bit, I wasn't too upset about, and I was able to just push it back in a little bit. These are just so buttery smooth and creamy, and just they are so pigmented. They are gorgeous. Like, I picked these from her because I wanted to see what the hype was about them. These are more like the Juvia's Place shimmers, not just like a Too Faced shimmer, if that makes any sense. The next palette, I'm just going to swatch underneath this so I don't have to wipe my arm a million different times. These are the four shades here, and again, these are just as creamy and smooth, and just, I put it this way, I don't know how they did this for $3. Like, these are so pretty. I have no words. Like, I'm blown away at how these swatch, and if the blue palette performs just as well as the pink palette on the eyes, like, it's a steal for $3. Like, now I see why everybody hypes this up. So next is a Dose of Colors Baked Browns, and I had the Sassy Sienna's palette, and we got these in Boxycharm, I want to say either in like September or October. The Sassy Sienna's was just way too orange for me. Like, if you guys saw that video, my eyes literally looked like they were on fire for how like pigmented and how bright orange they were. And I'm not the biggest fan of like bright orange and bright red eyeshadows, so I ended up giving that to my friend and she really likes it. But I figured that this would be a perfect everyday matte neutral palette, and I actually do like the brush it comes with. So I'm going to swatch the lightest two. We'll leave the middle shade unswatched, but just swatch those four. And that light shade is just a little bit lighter than my normal skin tone. So I don't know how well you guys are going to see that, but either way, it's just a really, really pretty palette and so easy for every day. Alright, so next is from a brand I haven't tried anything from, and it's from Kaleidos. When I saw these palettes all over Instagram and YouTube, I was obsessed with how the packaging was and everything. Like, these are just so cute. This is what the palette looks like. The shade names are on this little like insert, so I know some people don't really like that, but either way, it's super cute. You got the mirror down here, and then it just folds. It's so cute. I just think it's super pretty. So we're gonna swatch this light shade, this shade. Let's do this, and then let's see this black shade here. Whoa, oh my, hold on. Hold the phone. I want this shade all over. Like, this black shade has like blue, purple, gold like glitter flecks in there. I don't think those are picking up on camera. So next is a brand I've been wanting to try for a while because they do affordable dupe palettes, and the brand is Alter Ego, and this is their Sahara palette, and this is either a dupe for the Natasha Denona Biba or the Safari. I forget which one is the matte and shimmer mix because I know one of those is just a pure matte palette and I know the other one is a matte and shimmer. I have played around with this a couple times and the formula is so good. I want to say these are like $16, $18 maybe, and Natasha Denona is like $130. So when I saw that Becca was decluttering this palette, I was like, I know I want to try Alter Ego, and this Plains shade is literally one of my favorite shades. I love grungy mustardy yellow shades. So we're gonna swatch that one because I mean I can't not swatch it if it's like my favorite shade. Mirage, Clay, Sierra. That shimmer shade, oh my god, look how reflective that is. I don't really wear grays and stuff much, but so this shade isn't as intense. I'm going to build it up one more time. So it's a lot less intense in the swatch as it is in the pan, because in the pan it looks like it'd be a little bit darker. Next is the Nomad Berlin Underground palette, and this was in collab with Ipsy. It says not for sale, so I don't think it's even on their website. This palette has skulls in the pans, and I'm obsessed with skulls. But it's also a grungy palette. It's 99% shimmers. Like, I think this is the only true matte shade. I prefer more mattes than shimmers, but I love the grungy tones in this palette, and I love that there are skulls on the pans. So we're going to swatch this shade here. Let's swatch this one. Swatch this shade here, and then let's just swatch the only matte shade in this palette. I thought it was going to be a little bit deeper, and I was like, there's no way I can use that as the only matte shade, but if I go in light-handed, I'm pretty sure I could get that to work as a transition shade without being too dark for me. Alright, so you're gonna kind of see a theme in color stories I picked. I love purples on my eyes because I have hazel eyes. So I picked a lot of palettes that she was getting rid of that had purple tones in it. And the next one is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Bling Boss palette. I have the Dark Magic palette, and I know the whole drama with it, like some people were getting duds, but my palette ended up being really, really good. So I thought this palette would be really, really fun, and I almost picked this one up as well, but I decided just to pick the one that would have been the most unique to my collection at the time. I want to swatch Berry Treasure for sure. Let's do Glitz and Glam, Mystic, and then let's do Gem. So in the swatch, it definitely just looks like black with glitter in there. You can't even tell that that's really a purple shade, I don't think. That's intense. So next I got the Fenty Moroccan Spice palette from her, and just look how beautiful this packaging is. Like, it's stunning. And the colors inside are so, so pretty as well. This is one where the shimmer shades are not like the e.l.f. or the Morphe. They're more finely milled, and they're not just chunky, creamy, insane metallic shimmers, but they are beautiful shimmer shades. And these are just like smooth shimmer formulas and finely milled, but still like reflective, if you can see that. So I guess we're swatching that shade. Swatch this pink one, even though I'm not the biggest fan of pink. She says that she's got like reddish pink eyeshadow on. This shade here, and then this one right here. That last shade's okay, I guess, but I mean, again, swatches don't tell the whole story, so I definitely have to play with these on the eyes and see how they perform. So my last two palettes are ColourPop palettes, and I picked the Bye Bye Birdie palette as well as the Give It To Me Straight palette. This one I picked because it looked like it'd just be a great everyday neutral palette, but it does have the two that are more berry toned, and I really enjoy the ColourPop formula. I only have the Yes Please palette right now of their pressed powder formula, because my mom ended up really liking the Dream Street palette, and with all the palettes I have, I just gave that one to my mom. I've used this one as well, and the shade Up Front. Just wait till you see the swatch of this one. But I'm going to swatch that one. I'm going to swatch Candid BS right here, Actually down here. So here's the first shade. Look at that. This I would probably use as like a face highlight. So pretty. ColourPop, for the price, you cannot go wrong with their formula. They're so good. So the Bye Bye Birdie palette, not gonna lie, I got it mainly because of the two Super Shock shades in here and because I wanted to try out the ColourPop glitter formula. I've only seen the ColourPop glitter formula inside Ulta, and every time I've gone and swatched them, they've always been super dried out and just crumbly. So I wanted to see how their glitter formula actually was. The only thing with the glitter formula is that I used a mix of these two glitter shades for the 4th of July. I loved how my eye makeup looked. I just hated finding glitter all over, you know, my cheek. They were still on my hands and everything. While the ColourPop glitters are still, you know, having that base to them, I think that they actually perform really well. So I just wonder how long it's going to take for them to actually dry out. And the only other thing is these two shades in the corner here are both Super Shock shades. So not being in their normal Super Shock packaging, I don't know if they're going to dry out really quick or not. I will swatch Ariel, which is a Super Shock shade. Super Shocks are what introduced me to ColourPop. This glitter shade. This is a matte with some glitter in there, so I want to see what this formula is like. Let's do a normal shimmer shade in this palette. That's the Super Shock shade. Here is the glitter. So this is the matte with little glitter in it. The glitter is from this shade. Like, I know it's from this shade because this is still there, but like I'm swatching this and there's just glitter kicking off this finger. So I'm not the biggest fan of the matte with shimmer in it. I found that out with the Storybook Cosmetics palette from Boxycharm. And then the last shimmer shade is down here at the bottom. So those were all 10 eyeshadow palettes I got from Becca. Next, I got 2 of the Becca Ultimate Full Coverage Foundations, and these we actually got sent in Boxycharm as well. She got the one, I don't know which one it is, but one of them came a little bit broken, like it leaked a little bit, so she only ended up with like 2/3 or 3/4 of the product. So she had emailed Boxycharm about it and they had sent her a whole new one. She said she kind of regretted telling Boxycharm about it because she ended up not liking it, and when I did my video I had ended up using it as a foundation, and then I built it up in spots like even underneath my eyes to act as a concealer since it's such a full coverage foundation. So this is my vanilla shade and this is the linen shade, so you can see it is lighter. So here's my vanilla shade and the top there, and then this is linen. So you can see linen is significantly lighter. If anything, I can always mix them together. I can always use linen to mix with a darker foundation to make it lighter. So I knew I would have a way to get this to work, and I like the formula and it covers so well. I use my Becca foundation for almost all my body paints. So next is another Becca product, and I already used one of these up in my project pan, and I have another backup already. And this is the Becca Hydra Mist powder, and I just love the wet feeling of this. She did not like that, but I love it. It's so finely milled, so thin. I enjoy this powder so much. And now with it being the summertime, getting that wet, cold feeling under my eyes like when I do my makeup, I live for it, you know? So I cannot wait to use this since this one is already open. I'm going to start using this one, and I'm going to keep my other one closed still so it stays as fresh as possible. So next I have 2 more products from Fenty. One of the Boxycharm premium boxes this year, I want to say it was February, was in collaboration with Fenty, so everything in the box was Fenty. I'm pretty sure that eyeshadow palette came in there too. I got one of the matchsticks, and this is in the shade Blonde, and it is too dark for me, but I figure it would be super beautiful as like a cream eyeshadow if anything. And then, you know, maybe if I tan I can get it to work, 'cause like if I blend it out You know, it's still like a gold sheen, but it's not too intense where it looks like it's way too dark for me. So I figured this might work as like a nice like shoulder body highlight as well. So the next Fenty product is the Trophy Wife highlighter, and again, this is just another gold shade, but this is going to be too dark for me for sure. But again, I don't know, maybe if I tan I can get it to work. Alright, so last item from Becca is the Jouer lip gloss, and this is their high pigment lip gloss with coconut oil in the shade Broadway. This shade is so pretty. I'm not the biggest fan of red lips, but this is like a deep, deep brick red, kind of like brown maybe as well. This just looks so pretty. I really like this color. Like, I swear, depending on how this wears, if in the fall we don't have to wear masks anymore because of COVID, this is probably going to be my everyday lip color. Alright, so that was it for everything that I got from Becca. I ended up adding 16 new products into my collection, which you guys will see when I do the numbers for my end of the year makeup inventory. And I know my palette collection is growing. I'm probably not going to declutter any eyeshadow palettes unless my mom wants to take something. Just going to say that now. So that's going to be one category I'm pretty sure is never going to go down. I'm pretty sure that palette category is just going to be ridiculous. But I ended up adding 10 eyeshadow palettes, 2 highlighters, a loose powder, a lip gloss, and 2 foundations to my collection. So thank you again, Becca, for sending these items over. I really appreciate it, especially with this no buy. It's really helping fill the void of me wanting to buy specific eyeshadow palettes and just makeup in general. And yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Becca from our other collabs that we are doing together, again, her channel will be linked down below, so definitely go check her out to show her some love. And if there is any eyeshadow palette in this video that you guys do want to see in action, definitely let me know that down below so I kind of know what you guys want to see instead of just like, oh, I just want to play with this eyeshadow palette. If there's something that a lot of you guys are going to want to see, I'll definitely try and film with that one before any of the other ones. So definitely let me know what you guys are interested in seeing. And yeah, if you guys liked the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the little bell notification so you guys know every single time that I upload. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!